Santiago. Would you please turn your camera on and prepare for testimony?
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. My name is Dharma Santos-Santiago, and I am the climate justice and clean air advocate at Green Latinos. Green Latinos is an active comunidad of Latina leaders committed to securing our environmental liberation. And I'm here today because Latina communities, alongside other minority communities, are disproportionately exposed to particulate matter 2.5, also known as Soot. Soot exposure is a grave threat to our comunidades, and we are committed to resolving this environmental injustice. I'm here today to urge the EPA to heed the recommendations of their own scientific advisory panel and finalize stronger annual and daily NAC standards for soot than what the agency has currently proposed. Limiting soot pollution is a key environmental justice issue. Although the harms of soot pollution are widespread, they are not evenly distributed. Soot poses a heightened danger to the most vulnerable people in Latina communities: children, the elderly, and people with chronic diseases. Additionally, because of biased policies and other systemic injustices, we suffer higher exposure to soot pollution than other communities. This means our community disproportionately experiences pollution-related illnesses such as impaired lung function, childhood asthma, cardiovascular diseases, and have more deaths attributable to 2.5 particulate matter pollution. This trend can be seen across the country in rural and urban settings and at all income levels. I was diagnosed with asthma at a young age, meaning I know firsthand how dangerous soot pollution can be to one's health and well-being. While I've never had a life-threatening asthma attack, I know what it's like to have severe reactions to respiratory illnesses and struggle to catch my breath in highly polluted areas on a regular basis. As an adult, I am hyper-aware of the places I choose to live and work based on the level of air pollution that an area typically endures. This is a privilege many folks, especially those in historically overburdened and underserved communities, are simply not afforded. Racist practices like redlining has often meant that Latinas have had no choice but to live near polluting industries like power plants and warehouses with lots of traffic. Likewise, the deliberate routing of interstate highways through low-income communities of color has left the people within these communities with higher exposure to air pollution, such as soot. These historic injustices continue to drive racial disparities in health today across the country. The Latina community, my community, is paying the high price of inaction. Finalizing stronger standards no higher than 8 micrograms per cubic meter annually and 25 micrograms per cubic meter daily can save nearly 20,000 lives each year, which I know will be deeply felt in my community. President Biden and the EPA have made bold commitments to environmental justice. This is the moment, and this is the rulemaking, to put the words into action and finalize the strongest standards possible to limit this dangerous and deadly pollution. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Santiago, for your testimony. Before you go, I'd like to ask the panel if they have any additional questions.
No clarifying comments or questions. Thank you.
Thanks,
no questions. Thank you.
Awesome.
All right, thank you for your testimony.
Mm-hmm.